In this episode, Malifaux only, repaints, and my low attention span, but that's normal. Roll the intro. Welcome to Corner Case. You're in the hobby corner. I'm your host, your desperado, your best friend, Deck. Little hobby progress today. No through lines to any other episodes because we are definitely accountable, but not overtly accountable to finishing our projects. This first thing I'm going to show, it is kind of a through line because it's another Rasputina. The brand is strong. I think if you've kind of put it together by now, I have like multiple of these second edition Rasputinas. I'll put them on screen because at this point, I think I've got 3 second edition Rasputinas. I have this very first one that I painted and then repainted, the translucent blue one. And then I wanted just like a really good execution, but like no extra frills. M2E Rasputina. That's what this is right here. She's like standing on the cracked ice floor and the arcane energy is just like coming out of her feet because I was really self-conscious that this model looks a little unassuming. So I thought this would kind of be the best way to like make her look powerful is like her ice energy is like traveling through the floor and that's like creating a little OSL light source back up onto her. And so that would create some visual interest too. That's my new M2E Raspy, you know, so M2E Raspy number 3. Don't ask me how many Raspies I have now. I have more than enough. To follow the Arcanist trend, this is a repaint. Again, I paint a little bit without planning, so I didn't plan to repaint this right away, but I just really needed to get unstuck. As you've seen as a common thread on this channel is painting something random to get unstuck. So I've repainted this mechanical rider model. Previously, you know, especially in the box art, they're portrayed like really dark with like the blue light. So I had painted this before really dark, but I wanted more of like a kind of more like a unicorn kind of vibe or like a shadow fax, you know, like magical horses are always like white. So I went white on this. I went like kind of more of a warm eggshelly kind of white. And that's reflected in like the warmer shadows and the you know, just the overall eggshell kind of tonality of it. And yeah, I think it's coming out really well. It's looking a lot like a magical robot horse. You know, of course I rebased it onto the 3D printed bases, but this thing, it's again, one of those models where people come to the table and they look at it and they're like, oh my goodness, I want to play this game. I figured there'd be these big soul stones around her and then those could cast OSL as well. I said them before, now I'm saying her, whatever, them. Big soul stones I was thinking would be kind of cool. And this kind of makes me feel like, you know, I painted this and I thought, you know, maybe it's time to get into that title Leviticus, like 4 horsemen crew, you know, just for the lulz. Like it's not going to be like competitive ever, but it's going to be sick. Stay tuned. This could be a through line. Who knows? Who knows? Really happy with it though. And the last thing that I painted this week, low attention span, is this first edition Peridot. Why did I paint this first edition Peridot? I don't know. I don't know. I felt like it. I painted these abs super hard and I tried to go as hard as possible on her leather pants. I tried to make those look kind of like still like a dark brown leathery, but like kind of like as shiny as I could possibly make them look. And it was fun. You know, when it comes to these like old metal sculpts, it's really fun adding in definition where there isn't. It's kind of fun seeing like how they're sculpted front and back. Very often like they have details. So like, you know, her arm terminates straight into her hair back there. And if you turn her to the back side, the way her pants are definitely designed to have like a front and a back to them. So when you're photographing the model, it looks perfect on the front and the back. And on top of that, I assume it has to do with like the moldability as well, like the tool design of that sculpt. Just really fun stuff here. Kind of might be a video in the future, but when I was painting this, I was thinking about how like it honestly really doesn't matter that you understand lighting or not. And I'll tell you why. Oh man, maybe I'll tell you why in another video because this is too long to explain. Spicy take, you do not need to understand lighting to do a good paint job on a model that defines volumes, that defines materials, and people will still think it's a great paint job. So more on that later. Spicy take. You don't need to understand lighting at all. And that was today's episode of what I'm painting. Another Rasputina, another one, and another one, and another one. Repainted Mech Rider because the joy of painting and just repainting, and Peridot because why though? It was fun though, and that was all. So thanks for swinging by. Please like and subscribe, join the Facebook, we're always desperate, and we'll see you next time.
Only in death does subscribing end.